Hey, welcome all you pepperonis. Deep dish at you. Um, there's a lot we need to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on. Do you notice my new hat? Boom, boom, boom. Let you see my eyeballs though. I have a little black eye. You should see the other guy. Don't worry about it. Because I was playing with my nephew. Not important. Biden this week, he can't even put on his goddamn jacket, right? You can see Jill's face as she's putting on his jacket, like she's like looking at him, like, please be able to do this yourself. And this is many things. She should be arrested herself for elder abuse. Her and the DNC, there's no reason. This guy, he can't spell his own fucking name. There was only 2 weeks ago. He was like, quote, he was like, America can be summed up in one word. Oh, this motherfucker can't even say words. Please. I mean, you're all with me, right? We're all right here. We can see what's happening. Not just this guy. I mean, I'm talking about with all of them. You can't see everybody, completely taken over. It's been happening for years now. They've been doing it slowly. I mean, look at the fucking pandemic. It's getting. Have you not figured it out by now? If you haven't, this has already happened before. You know how they say history repeats itself? Most of you motherfuckers like to repeat how history repeats itself. You like to say the term how history repeats itself. Well, it is again, because this has already happened. We've had to fight a tyrannical government, and they've already planned out pandemics before this. The gaffes, okay? Biden is obviously completely retarded. We all know that, but what do we have? We haven't called them out. They gave Trump, they fought Trump, and they gave Trump a cognitive test, physical test, and a physiological test, right? Whatever, they gave him all of them. He passed them with flying colors, no problem. There was no reason for them to ask for that. Biden is tripping upstairs numerous times. He is tripped going up the stairs many times. He can't get on his own goddamn jacket. We are all very aware that this man is needs to be in a recliner. Some of us even feel bad. Like you should be, exploring your golden years by watching Wheel of Fortune. But other people are puppeting him, and they're putting him on little strings like Weekend at Bernie's, and it's working perfectly. I mean, look at a guy. I mean, it's all a shit show, and he has no idea what the fuck he's signing or saying or doing or shaking. How many people's fucking hands he's shaking? But we also know that Kamala, Kamala Harris is the one behind him, so we don't want to take him out. We don't want to take him out of office because, she's behind him. And then that also means, I don't know if anybody's thinking of this, but Pelosi is one step closer to it as well. And she is the Joe Pesci of Washington, D.C., so she will most likely murder people to get what she wants. So we don't want that any closer either. So what do? We're just stuck with it, right? But goddamn if this doesn't teach us something. I mean, most of us that are watching this right now, we already understand this. We've learned it. But the rest of them, the insanely liberal brainwashed fucks, I don't know what to tell them. The 31% or whatever that's still supposedly for Biden, you gotta be completely fucking idiotic. I mean, the guy can't tie his own shoes. What are you gonna do? Trump got raided today. Trump got raided. An ex-president of the United States, never happened before, ever in history. You're gonna watch another bunch of other channels, and they're gonna be bitching about it and telling you all kinds of stuff. But you know, the funny thing about the channels that I watch, they say things after I say them. It's a difference, like liberal CNN and shit like that. I think that my leftist friends, I think they watch something and then they say it. I say it and then I watch it, and then they say the same thing that I've been saying for fucking weeks. And I think that you can probably relate to that. So you know what that raid was. They're most likely going to plant something on him, which they're going to fuck him because they are absolutely sure they do not want him to run again. And you know what the funny thing is? He didn't even say he was going to run again. He never said. He probably wasn't going to. Look at what this guy has gone through. This fucking poor man. Him and his family has gone through complete and utter torment because you know why? Calling out all the fucking crooks. Like Biden. Biden's been a goddamn politician for 3 years? And he's telling you about how he's going to fix things now? As he's in the highest inflation that's existed in our lifetimes? Do you see something wrong with that? Because I do. They raided Trump. And this poor guy, man. This poor fucking guy. He's been dealing with them. They've been going after him so hard for 7 fucking years now. 7 years. They've been going after him. Him, his children, his daughter, his 2 sons, his wife. These people have done nothing to you but tried to help us as Americans. But you know what they did wrong? They tried to show you the pieces of shit that run your country. And that if you were there with me, I was watching in 2015. I didn't, especially like the guy very much. You know, him and Hillary were just entertaining for a while. But I started paying attention. And then when he became president, I mean, I voted for him. Don't get me wrong. But after that, I mean, he really loves this fucking country, dude. He really loves this country. And that scares every single other politician that doesn't do shit. Not only do they not do shit, but they do anti-shit. So they anti-do shit. They do things against you every day as a fucking constituent in this goddamn country. And they know it. Let's just, by example, Pelosi and her fucking husband with the goddamn 100%, stock market fucking predictions, huh? They all do it. They all do shit. Left and right. But there's some that are evil. Evil. And we're letting them get away with that. I don't know what we're supposed to do about it. I'm not saying what we should do about it. But we have to have a voice. We got gas at all-time high. Oh, you know what he did to lower our gas? To lower inflation? He tapped into our emergency oil reserves for a 3rd time now. This is the 3rd time. So these are things this is petroleum that we keep for our war machine to work in case we get into a war. We have them dug down and kept on lock and key just in case, to keep you and me safe. Well, he dug into them to get us 3 days of, 10 cents less, like 5 months ago. And now now you can see our gas prices are lowering, and that's because he's digging into all the rest of them. All of our national emergency reserves are being depleted because he wants to make your gas prices lower. While he's also sucking fucking Venezuela's and Saudi Arabia's schwanz, you know what I mean? And meanwhile, they tell us that inflation is a good thing, and we should all be happy that bread is fucking 3 times the amount, because you feel it. Of course, you feel it. You're living in the world like the rest of us in the country. It isn't just the country. Inflation's happening all over the world, just so you know. But everything's going up. This isn't just happening in our country, and you have to ask yourself why. Um, Let me talk about 30 years ago. When I was growing up, all the countries had different problems. So you would watch the news, and you could watch the news all over the place, satellite dish, and they all had different things going on. There was a war going on here, there was a battle struggle going on here, there's economy issues over here. We all had different issues. Now the world all has the same issues. Between the pandemic, between economy and rising prices of normal goods, between oil prices, between export import, it's all the same exact shit. So, ask you this. Why is it all the same exact thing, right? If you think that globalism isn't completely in design right now, then why do you think that we're all handling the exact same things? Oh, refugees, overabundance of resources because of no borders. It's pretty much all the same shit. But they'll tell you, they go on stage nearly every day and they tell you that there's no need to worry. Things are better than they were yesterday. I mean, completely retarded. But let me tell you why you're having a problem at the gas pump. This is just my own opinion. I don't mean to tell you anything. But I like to create patterns. And they have trillions of dollars going into you, forcing you to buy electric cars. They have trillions of dollars all over the world forcing you to use very ineffective wind turbines that they also dispose of and have no idea is toxic to the ground, have no idea how to, which uses more fossil fuels to actually make, to mine, make, maintain, and dispose of than they ever will help. Mind you, go ahead, do your own research. Solar panels. We would all love for an alternative energy source. The problem is the alternative energy sources we have are not renewable. They are only poisoning the ground instead of the air. By far. So, and they're also costing you, because every single government on the planet pretty much is telling you you have to pay more taxes to be more green, which, I mean, doesn't make sense by itself. But solar panels, incredibly toxic to the dirt, to the soil. The wind turbines, they literally take these giant turbines and they bury them in the desert with tons and tons of oil that works the gears that makes them turn, made from fossil fuels. These things are 80 foot long. Took 2 trucks to get even one of those wings to its setting, run by fossil fuels. All of it made by steel, iron, polycarbonates, and plastics. All made by fossil fuels. the gears that work non-stop take an abrupt amount of oil, fossil fuels. Now they also get hit by lightning and set on fire constantly. Lots of them, which sets them on fire, which puts into the air tons of carbon dioxide, more fossil fuels. They this is planned. You understand what I'm saying? Like the these solar panels, we still don't know how to dispose of these things. All right, they're incredibly toxic. We're making trillions of them, and guess who we're outsourcing them to? I bet you can take a guess. Starts with a C, ends with a Ina. Um, these are not the answer. We all want an answer. These are not the answer. They're using these as a political agenda to take more of your rights and take more of your money. And you may say, hey, this sounds like a conspiracy theorist motherfucker. Okay, well, look at your taxes from last year: sales taxes, property taxes, your own wage taxes. How about look at those from the year before? Now, things are gonna get real bad now. That was the easy part. You're not watching the bills. Every bill they put through, every bill that the Democrats put through, is they name it something real nice, like the "Don't Kill Puppy Dogs" bill. They always name it real something nice because they know that you're not actually paying attention. They know that you're reading a headline, and that is the last of your attention span. So they name it something very pretty. Like right now, we have the contraceptive law. Contraceptive law has nothing to do with actual contraceptive. Nobody, Republicans, conservatives, even the radicals, are not against contraceptive. They named it that so they can put in a bunch of their hidden agendas like they do every single motherfucking time. Do you remember your during the pandemic you got stimulus, right? I got a couple of them. In those stimulus bills, specifically the one when Trump was still in office, he wanted to pass something because everybody was hurting. He had to, he was advised to shut everybody down for at least a little while, and figure it out. So the CDC, which we know now is bullshit, can figure it out. Well, they passed a bill, but they went back and forth. They fought about it over and over again because the Republicans knew that there's shit hidden in page 574 and 575 and 576 and 577 that has nothing to do with the stimulus of helping the American public get over a pandemic. It had to do with $340 fucking million to wind farms, and there was another 10 pages that had to do with 320 million towards indigenous people's historic museum somethings. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean any of these things are wrong. I think that we should all, they're obviously hidden. It's obviously deceptive. And I don't know, you might feel the same way that maybe when there's more than $100 million of our tax dollars spent, maybe we should have something to say about it now. Maybe we should text something, a vote. I don't give a shit. We need to try something. Because you don't get to just willy-nilly spend their money everywhere you want. They're putting it in each other's pockets. You understand that, right? Trump came through and tried to fucking try to show some of these people to you. I mean, they showed themselves, honestly. He didn't even have to do anything. He ran for office and they all showed themselves. All the evil beasts with their little scorn little horns. It's gotten way worse than you think it has. Pay attention. Do your research. I like to shout out to Mark Dice, Russell Brand, Hannity, Tucker, These are people that are telling you what's going on. The opposition is telling you they're lunatics, but they talk to you like a normal person. They don't tell you what to think. They tell you this is what's happening. You should do your own research. See what you see. And that's what I like to do. Thank you for listening today. Deep Dish.